talk about the drug court, because that's a relatively new concept and has been gaining a lot of notoriety, and it's pretty much working. So,
yes,
tell us about it.
Well, we've come to learn over the years that many individuals who may be involved in criminal activity are unfortunately addicted with respect to drug and alcohol use. And those individuals are the type of individuals that we believe, through the use of a drug court, may have a sentence which allows them to treat their addiction, so that the hope is that they will not be individuals who will continue to repeat their criminal activity. So the drug court is geared to matters involving nonviolent criminal activity, where individuals will seek to enter into a drug court program which will treat their addiction and at the same time allow them to serve their sentence for their particular criminal activity.
Now, what, is that the court where if you go through the program, the charges are dropped?
Well, that's a different program, what we call pretrial intervention.
Okay.
That's what we call PTI, pretrial intervention, whereby someone who does not have a criminal history can enter a diversionary type program where they're in essence put on a type of probation where if they meet certain conditions at the end and they're successful, the matter will be dismissed in that regard. Drug court is a similar type program, but it's seeking really to treat the individuals who have an addiction and deal with their criminal activity and sentencing for that activity in that matter, to enter a drug court program, and if they are successful, that will complete their sentence, for example, rather than having an individual go into our state prison system, which, as you know, is overcrowded and is a system that we believe there are a lot of individuals with drug and alcohol problems who are better served by treating their addiction. Also, of course, having to serve their sentence and be punished for their crime, but treating their addiction rather than simply sending them to state prison.
I think that's a wonderful program, and as I wander around the courthouse, some days I'll pass the criminal court and the drug court, and I'll run into a graduation. I think they call it graduation.
That's right.
And those defendants, those criminal defendants, go to the drug court weekly, or it seems like a lot.
Yes, they'll have periodic reviews
to make sure they're
managed, that they are indeed serving in a drug and alcohol program in terms of the type of might be an outpatient program or an inpatient program, and they're having periodic reviews in that regard. They are tested for drugs and alcohol on a periodic basis. They're individuals who are helped to gain employment and to, in some cases, reunite with their families. So it's an overall program which has tremendous dramatic effects in making individuals who were addicted and who were prone because of their addiction to criminal activity to essentially turn their lives around.
That's a great program. Judge, let's go to the civil courts. What types of cases are heard there?
In our civil division, there are a number of different type of cases that are handled, most of which we're familiar with. For example, there might be an automobile accident, personal injury case, where individuals are seeking monetary damages for their injuries based upon the negligence of another individual. But there are also cases that deal with landlord-tenancy type of matters. Individuals who may not have paid their rent and a landlord is seeking to evict them. We also have what we call a small claims court, matters $3,000 and under, where they're handled on a summary basis and you can have the matter resolved quickly. And then we have what we call a special civil part division, which are cases $15,000 and under, which can get an expedited disposition. The other cases, of course, are the general civil type cases, where individuals might be claiming money anywhere from $15,000 through multi-million dollars. And we handle all those type of cases.
Do you have any numbers for the number of cases that run through Morris and Sussex County courts on a yearly basis?
Yes. On a yearly basis, we handle about 50,000 cases. 35,000 approximately in Morris and another 15,000 in Sussex. And that's generally the average over the state. And it's done by county there, not by vicinage. So where you have 21 counties in the state handling, on average, 50,000 cases, we have over 1 million dispositions a year in Superior Court in different filings.
Judge, how are the courts funded? Who pays for the Morris and Sussex County courts?
They are funded through state budget, which is set, of course, by the governor and the legislature, and then allocated from the state budget is so much money for the overall state court system. And then through that allocation, there is a budget set for my particular vicinage. In our vicinage, we have an overall budget for Morris and Sussex County of some $20 million. That covers all the salaries of these 400 individuals who are our staff, as well as operating and other expenses.
Judge, you were a practicing attorney for a number of years, and then a judge in almost every one of the divisions that we've talked about tonight. Yes. And then you became about 6 years ago, you said, the assignment judge. How has the assignment judge position, what has that added to your law practice and to your career? And what kind of perspective has that given to you?
Yes. Well, as you know, as an experienced attorney, over the years you just continue to gain different types of experiences. Being a lawyer was very gratifying for me. As a matter of fact, when I think back at one of the most important points in my life, it was getting that law degree and being admitted to the bar here in New Jersey. And I practiced for a number of years, and then had the privilege of becoming a Superior Court judge, and then moving through the ranks of the Superior Court over these years. Being the assignment judge is an overall supervisory task. I enjoy it very much. It involves both administration and sitting on cases. So I roughly spend about half of my time sitting on the bench dealing with cases, as I always did, and the other half running the court system for Morris and Sussex counties.
Well, sounds like you enjoy it, and we all know that you've been doing a great job. All the lawyers appreciate the work that you do. And thank you for being on this show tonight.
Well, thank you, Mark, for having us, and thank you for asking about the judiciary, and I hope we can explain more to the public as time goes on.
Well, I'm sure that we will. You've just been watching Law Talk Today. My name is Mark Gruber. These shows will be posted on our website, lawtalktoday.tv. If anybody has any legal matters, shows that you'd like to see, go to the website, give us an email, and we'll see if we can put that show on the air. Again, I'm Mark Gruber. Thanks for watching, and good evening.